Evening everyone, Nova here.
Goddess of Victory, NIKKE!
And tonight, we go through yet another event. Hope everyone had a nice holiday as well, too. You know I had to switch it to the 8-bit music and keep it there. It was so good. So as you can see, I'm just logging in for the first time today. Let me get rid of these dots real quick. Okay. So, before we begin, they added a new NIKKE. And she's the star of our event. Toad. Or, so friends have told me, her name is actually pronounced Tuve. Let's look at their stats real quick. So she's water, assault rifle, supporter, missileless. And she's also part of the Unlimited squad. So, Lumila, Alice, and Neve. Their skills are as follows. Emergency crafted bullets. There is a 5% chance of activating when attacking. Effect cell. Emergency crafted bullets. Reload 5.31% of the magazine. And the second part activates during emergency crafted bullets. Affects all allies. Temporary modification. Max ammunition capacity up by 2, and then stacks up to 3 times and lasts for 5 seconds. Critical damage is also up 5.24% for 5 seconds. Okay. So she does something for herself and the team with her first skill. Skill 2, modification successful. Only activates when temporary modification is fully stacked and affects all allies. Okay, so that's the first skill. Critical rate is up 3.32% continuously, so just forever. And then the second part only activates when temporary modification is fully stacked. Affects all allies with a shotgun. Attack speed is up 42.24% continuously. So they're just loading up and shooting. And then finally her burst, which is 20 seconds as well too. Affects all allies. Miracle of Makeshifts. Attack is up 2.32% of caster's attack. Okay. So just the higher her own attack is, the better the team's attack gets upgraded. Mirrors the stack count of temporary modification. And what's that? Stacks up to 3 times. And this effect lasts for 10 seconds. Okay. So it's actually higher. Because we're multiplying it by 3, so yeah. That's about 7 point something %, yeah. What's up, Dragon? Like, we're about to step into the new event, but first we're taking a look at Toad, or Tuve. So I've been told. And then the second part affects all allies with a shotgun. Once again, Miracle Makeshifts. Attack is up 24.21% of caster's attack. Mirrors the stat count of temporary modification. This effect lasts for 10 seconds. Okay. So she works really well for a shotgun team. So if you're looking to make a team full of shotgun users, you want her as your frontliner. She's a 1.
I know it may not seem like it, but I'm a treasure trove of survival knowledge. If you're ever in danger, just let me know and I'll take care of it. I know it may not seem like it, but I'm a treasure trove of survival knowledge. You can put your trust in me.
That's what you were trying to do?
If you're ever in danger, just let me know and I'll take care of it. No matter how harsh your surroundings are, there is always a way to survive.
There we go. And her design is really nice too. It looks like her and Alice have got and Neve actually. Looks like all of Unlimited except for Ludmilla herself as on this like bodysuit. It makes sense though. They're out in the wilderness like that.
Let's see. A good place to hide during emergencies is...
Yo, look how big her gun is though. Compared to like her herself. That's great.
You should really check out some clothing stores. They have all sorts of outfits perfect for every kind of survival situation.
Love the backshot pose, yes. Her stance is so model-like. It's wonderful. She's just like, yep, I'm out here surviving. In style. And this is how she looks on the battlefield. Kind of the same as Alice in a way. but with more jiggles since she's assault rifle. As you can see, she's very happy to be shooting her weapon. You can watch all the stream now? Gotcha, because you completed the event. Okay. So with that said, let's get into it. A lone survivor, here we come. In a dark room. Temperatures up on the surface have plummeted, especially in the northernmost regions where the Unlimited Squad is stationed. Wait, how did they know that? With winter temperatures reaching staggering lows of -65 degrees. The conditions in these areas are so frigid that if you throw hot water into the air, it will evaporate and proceed to freeze instantaneously. I've actually seen that happen before. To survive in an environment like that, you must never forget the 4 things that I'm about to tell you. Water, food, fire, and shelter. In cold environments, constant movement is imperative. The moment you stop, your body will begin to seize up, and items will freeze. As you can see here, my gun is stuck to my head. If I were to encounter a rapture in this situation, our squad would be wiped out before we even knew what hit us. In order to extricate the gun from my hand, what you want to do is use warm urine. We're Bear Grylls out here. That's great. You're lost and adrift in the snowy plain, and you're low on water. Surely you could simply take a few handfuls of snow and use them to hydrate? One might mistakenly think it's that easy. If you were to make this mistake, the inside of your mouth would hurt. It also won't help with maintaining your body temperature. So what should you do? Take the snow, pack it into a bottle, and warm it up using body's thermal heat before drinking it. Tove turns off the TV. Well, that should do it. This is the 10th time I've watched this recording. I've read all the survival books back to front as well. At this point, I should be beyond prepared to participate in a rescue operation. Still, maybe I should do a final check, just in case. Tove looks at herself in the mirror. What about grasshoppers? They're an excellent source of protein. Can't forget about grubs either. You've just got to be sure to remove the heads before eating them. Reindeer hides can be stretched over wooden boards and made into a makeshift sled. Then you've got moss. After squeezing out the moisture, you can use it as a cushion. Okay, perfect. I can't possibly be any more prepared than I already am. I've got all the knowledge I could possibly need right up here. All that's left to do is to put it into practice. But then what if I come off as too much of a tryhard to the others? It might be better if I try and maintain some modesty throughout this process. And this is the result. That's great. Oh no. Yo. Yep. So, looks like we're collecting tree seeds. Who's the challenge? It is Gravedigger. Which is funny, that makes sense because of the shotgun thing. Let's check out the shop. You know, like always. You know what, let me grab these right now. that, but we can just keep going through it. And then reward boost Nikke's. Let's see. Tove, Ludmila, Alice, Signal, Senti, Crow, Mihara, Anne, and Delta. Wait, that sound, was that like a sleeping bag? That's great. You said you're also playing Zenless? How you liking it, Dragon? And congrats on getting in. Let's see. Where are they? So
Where's the next site?
we're gonna use Senti, our reward boost squad.
Let's rock and roll!
Have you got everything under control?
Oh, I actually don't have Ludmila leveled up or put in the synchro. That's okay.
I'm always ready.
And you know what?
One moment. Allow me to finish one personal assignment.
You know what? That's fine. This will make this that much more interesting. Let's see what happens. Actually, we don't have another 3. Time out. There isn't another 3. So, if that's the case, we've already got 100 here. Let's go with who's like, oh,
Off to find some polar bears.
perfect. Oh yeah, I think we'll be fine. Recommended, and then our power. Sometime later in the northern base. My queen! Rabbity is here! Alice is so cute. Long time no see. Hello, servant. I've been waiting for you. Alice and Neve went to call on you quite some time ago. You came later than I expected. Did something happen on your way here? We had to wait forever and a day for the polar bears to fall asleep. It could be because it's winter, but we were spoiled for choice when it came to ice caves. We figured there might be a polar bear inside one of them, so we burrowed our way in. We didn't find anything, so I ended up falling asleep hugging Burly Bear. That's what happened. We were, I'd say stuck between a rock and a hard place, but no, we weren't. It was very warm. Lumia, well, as long as no one was hurt, I suppose it's fine. Sorry to make you come all this way, servant. Come here and sit by the fire. I sit by the stove and thaw off my frozen hands and feet. What's the mission this time? Did you not receive instructions from the Ark? All they told me was that I'd find out once I got into the north. I see. Then I'll try explain quickly. Yup, that's what that says. Some time ago, we received an extraction request from the Ark. A detachment of mass-produced NIKKEs were sent out to conduct a search. It's now been 28 days since they went MIA. Despite the extremely low concentration of alpha particles in the north, we've been unable to establish contact with them and haven't received any reports. Their last known coordinates place them near the mountains in the north, and just near Glitter Mountain, which is 3,000 meters of elevation. It was there that their signal was cut off. Glitter Mountain? That's not good. Even I try to avoid that place if at all possible. What's so bad about that place? It's super duper dangerous. It's an incredibly hostile environment up there, and it's swarming with raptures. If you falter there for even a second, you're likely to freeze to death. And it only gets worse the higher you go. NIKKEs are more resistant to the cold than humans, but if they're exposed to extreme conditions for prolonged periods of time, their bodies and minds will be pushed to their limits. If they exist in that state for too long, they'll have a mental breakdown. Correct. That's where you come in. I believe in your ability to look after your mental well-being. And there may be certain situations that dictate that you make a judgment call. Understood. But are we even sure if a human can withstand the cold up there? I shared the same concern. If Neve just hugs us the whole time, we'll be fine. That bear hug. That's why I was considering assigning the newbie as an additional support. Sorry, who? Her name is Toad, a NIKKE produced by Missilis. She's been assigned to this area because she is an avid survivalist. She's somewhat eccentric, but I'm sure she will be of help when it comes to your safety. Where's Tove now? I'd like to say hi before we set out. Yeah, where's Tove now? If I were to guess, I would say she's probably pacing nervously in the hallway just outside that door. If you went out and greeted her, I'm sure she'd be thrilled. Okay.
After this battle,
Let's
I'll go
see.
search for a polar bear.
Not bad, fast paced, but having to do dailies for the other game so I can enjoy it. Gotcha.
Weird. Why do I know this?
I've been watching people stream it. It looks really good.
Woohoo! It lacked a certain pizzazz.
That was quick.
But I'm satisfied.
Northern base outside the reception room. Okay. Are you Toad? Yes. I'm a survival expert who will be exploring the wilderness with you starting today. I'm looking forward to it. A survival expert? What exactly does that entail? Well, as you already know, in the harsh conditions of the north, even a simple jaunt outdoors can become a life or death struggle of man versus nature. To be asked to carry out a mission in this kind of environment is no small feat. However, there's no need to fear. Tove is here. Oh, no. I'm both a member of the Unlimited Squad and a survival expert. So as long as you stick close to me, you won't have to worry about being unfamiliar with this place. I'll ensure your safety, guaranteed. Sounds good? I decide not to mention that I've already partaken in several missions up north. Good. Then should we start preparing? To ascend those snowy mountain peaks, you'll need more than just a few extra layers. You'll need thermal gear, gloves, hats, wool socks, and goggles to protect your eyes. All of these are indispensable. I'll bring those out of storage for you. All my prep is already done, but then again, I barely had to do anything to begin with. That's because 90% of the equipment I need out there is out there in nature, waiting for me. What do you mean? Well, you'll find out when we head out. You're gonna love it. Famous last words.
Let's roll!
As we saw from the opening, she's kind of freezing to
Rude.
death.
Why do I know this?
With the release of the Voice Christmas event, I wonder if they're gonna do a rerun for Christmas and
What am I doing here?
sometime later in the snowfield up north. My goodness! Would you look at all that snow? I bet if I rolled around in it long enough, I'd end up becoming a snowman. Do you want to build a snowman? The rescue operation is of paramount importance, so please refrain from such activities. Fine. I mean, if you did become a snowman, you might melt, and we can't have that. Alice is just too cute. Alice, who was getting ready to dive headfirst into the snow, quickly falls back into position. There's definitely heavier snowfall than usual. With all this snow, it would be perfect to dig a nice little cave to sleep in. That's that bear logic. You're not really thinking of sleeping here, are you? As much as I'd like to, no. I know that I can't, at least not now. First things first, we need to find those NIKKEs, and then you and I can cozy up in our den and hibernate. Well, looks like we're stuck out here for the winter. Until then, you and I will just have to wait. Crunch, crunch. Oh, Neve strides forward with palpable fervility. You all seem so relaxed. Of course, it's not like I'm nervous or that face or anything, or expression. I mean, sure, this is my first mission, and we may end up being too late with our rescue efforts. Don't worry. It's understandable to have such reservations. There's not one among us who hasn't gone through the same self-doubt. But you've said it yourself countless times before. In extreme situations, strong mental fortitude is what will help you survive. We don't want to drag our feet, and it's good to show initiative. But these rescue missions can last anywhere from a few days to an entire month. If we spent that entire time being high-strung, it might cloud our judgment when we need it the most, which would jeopardize the mission. Psh, don't be ridiculous. I haven't had negative thought cross my mind once this entire time. I'm glad to hear it. If that's the case, keep it up. Ludmila proceeds along the path, moving ahead of Neve and Alice. You know it. Do you trust me, survivalist? So that's our new nickname. That look, yes. So that's our new nickname, survivalist. Why do you ask? I think Ludmila is a bit nervous since this is my first time on a proper mission. Considering that you're entrusting me with your life, I just want to make sure that you realize how thoroughly prepared I am. Achoo! Are you okay? Of course I'm okay. Do you have any idea how warm this suit is? It keeps the heat in like nobody's business. How come you're trembling then? Oh, well, it's because I raised my temperature sensitivity to the max. Maintaining one's body temperature is crucial for survival in snowy environments. Sure, I could get around that by decreasing my sensitivity, but what a cop-out that would be. Where's the fun in that? Yes, survivalist. You can stop giving me the stink eye. Her expressions are absolutely wonderful. I think with every like new character that they release, the expressions just keep getting more extravagant, and it's wonderful. This isn't just about me, you know. By doing this, I can also get a better sense of how you're feeling out here in the cold. So just put your trust in me and fall. Achoo! Sorry. What was I saying? Fine. You don't have to tell me. I'll decrease my sensitivity, okay? Good idea. Too funny. This is our guide.
This all feels so familiar, but how?
So I'm wondering what snowy horrors we're going to see up on that mountain.
Why do I know this?
And how are we going to survive? Are you guys looking at this? Anne gets no chance to shoot. They're killing everything too fast because she has to charge. See? It just missed. That's great. Just see that missile go flying. Creates an avalanche somewhere.
What am I doing here?
A few hours later. This is where the last signal from the stranded NIKKEs was detected. Their company consisted of 6 people. There should be traces of their camp or food that they left behind. Let's split up. Search your surroundings and share anything that you find. Yes, Queen. Sure thing. Ludmila? What about survivalist in me? Oh, right. Both of you have had a tough go of it, trying to keep up with us. Well, why don't you sit tight and take a rest until we've finished with our search? Eh? I feel like I'm getting brushed off here. Not at all. You have the most important responsibility of all. You must ensure that Servant remains in good health and that he returns safely. How would you say Servant is faring at the moment? Tove comes over and touches my hand. Oh no! Your hand is freezing. I'm okay. The heck you are! If you don't warm up your hands pronto, you could end up getting frostbite and I'll have to amputate them. Dang it, I knew I shouldn't have lowered my temperature sensitivity so much. Well, I can see that you have your hands full. Ha. I'll proceed with my search and leave Servant to you. Ludmila leaves to commence searching the area. Sure thing, you can trust me. As Tove cradles both of my hands in hers, I can feel a warming sensation. Wait here just a moment. I'll make us a nice warm fire. First, I've got to gather some dry branches or bundles of dried up grass for kindling. Then I've got to find something that I can use as flint. Let's see. Found it. Tove picks up a piece of rock from a dried riverbed. Take a good look at this rock here. You see that slightly red hue? That means there's been iron oxidation. If you've got that, you can use any type of metal object that's lying around, like this pipe here. You take that, create some friction, then you won't even need a lighter to make fire. And nothing's happening. What gives? Why isn't anything happening? In all the videos I saw, they just did this a couple of times and they had a blazing fire in no time. Clank, clank, clank just starts hitting it faster. What in the world? Survivalist? Here, let me try. After about 10 or so strikes, I managed to catch a spark. Aha! So this really does work. Fascinating. Oh, that's not what I meant. It's just that there's a slight difference between reading about something and actually doing it. Are you sure you're a survival expert? Of course! I wasn't assigned to the northern base for nothing. Sure, this may not have exactly been my finest hour, but your true survival skills shine when you successfully rescue those who are in need. Just cast aside any doubts lingering in your mind. Oh no. And I promise that I'll show you what I'm made of in due time. She said the thing, Wriggle. Anywho, we better move this spark over to the kindling. This position right here should be perfect. Everywhere else seems to be too damp. Even if you manage to gather dry kindling, your fire won't go anywhere if the ground is too wet. Tove moves the spark over to the kindling. How is it? You feeling any warmer? A little bit, yeah. Good. I was all worried about nothing. Turns out this is where my skills truly lie. Too funny. I'm waiting for her just to like pull out her handbook or something. We're gonna freeze today. No.
Why do I know this? Reload.
We'll just have like Neve dig us a cave or something.
If we want to see any polar bears,
And there she is.
we should get a move on.
I think we've searched enough. Everyone, report on your findings. I found a necklace that one of the princesses was wearing. Clink. Alice extends 2 frozen dog tags. These production numbers line up with the missing mass-produced NIKKEs. Alice, where did you find this? Right there, below that big bridge. The ancient-looking one? It seems they camped below it and used it as a roof. Excellent work, Alice. My pleasure, Queen. My turn. I started from the camping site that Alice found and followed the footprints much like I would track a polar bear. What footprints? Wouldn't they all be covered in snow by now? Not entirely. There were still some shallow divots that I could make out. Analyzing those is my specialty. Anyway, judging from the footprints that I found, all 6 of them were heading towards the dense pine forest. That's the path towards Glitter Mountain, isn't it? Why would they go in that direction? Not sure yet. It could be related to the mission they were on, or they could have been fleeing raptures that were in pursuit. Either way, it's clear which path we have to take from here. Well done, Neve. Don't mention it. So, is it my turn now? Do you have something to report? Not really. She helped me warm up. She also taught me how to make a fire in a damp area. Oh, right, I did. I also vowed to impress him and show him my real survivalist side going forward. Okay, very nice. I'm looking forward to seeing that side of you as well. All right, let's move out before it gets dark. Roger.
Let's roll!
We had to help her out a little bit.
Why do I know this?
It's like she taught us how to do things by failing at them. So then I had to try it.
Is it enough for fighting?
Uh-oh. Bzzz. Our radio is picking up some kind of signal. From which direction? Neve rotates the radio's antenna in various directions. 8 o'clock from the mountain ridge. Judging by how weak the signal is, I'd say it's coming from a fair distance away. What's the possibility that the signal is coming from the missing NIKKEs? I'd say darn near a certainty. If there had been any other squad dispatched up north, the ARC would have notified us of it when they sent in an extraction request. Now let's hurry and move. No. There is a deep valley that way. There's a steep downhill curve up ahead. If we rush headlong into it, there could be a serious accident. Can't we just use it like a big slide? If it were just us, we could. However, Servant is bound to get injured trying such a maneuver. Then let's make a sled and have Rabbity ride on it. And how, pray tell, do you intend on making a sled out here of all places with no materials? I can do it. I can make a sled no problem. We'll scrounge up the sturdiest wood we can find to make a frame, and attach some animal hide to it. With my know-how, I should be able to find an animal no problem. We'll also have the help of Neve, who is an animal expert. Give me 1 hour and I'll have something workable. 1 hour, that's all I ask. I may be green, but I'm still a member of Unlimited. This is my time to shine. I can feel it. On top of that, those lost NIKKEs are waiting for us and things may be getting desperate. Trust me, it pains me to delay their rescue even for a single hour. Fine. I understand you've spent a lot of time researching this sort of thing. You seem confident, so knock yourself out. Really? It's okay? I'll give it everything I've got. I'll whip up a warp sled and a warp speed sled that'll get us to where we need to go in no time. Can you help me out, Neve? How? The main thing is that we've got to find a suitable animal hide to stretch over the sled. Then the excitable Toad drags Neve along and into the forest. Hey, I want to come too. I want to see how you make the sled. Alice sprints after Toad. They're all in high spirits. High morale is a good thing. Even better if it translates into good results. It should be fine. She said she'd give it her all. Whatever the result, it'll be a valuable learning experience for them all. It's nice of you to say that. They're counting on me to believe in them. A moment later. Ta-da! My super duper survival sled is now complete. It's a true wilderness sled made of wood and fresh reindeer hide. With this, we can go down any slope with ease. Unfortunately, we didn't have a whole lot of hide to go around, so we could only make one. Sorry about that. It's okay. Servant can use the sled. The rest of us will have another way to get down. More importantly, have you taken this sled for a test drive of any kind? No, not yet. Why don't you go and try it out on a small hill then? Good idea. If we want to ensure his safety, we have to be thorough. How about it, survivalist? I made it so that one human and one NIKKE can get on. First things first, I want to check if it can handle the weight. Okay. I sit behind Tove, who seems filled with determination. Phew. The inaugural ride of the first sled I've ever made. This is quite an experience. Considering this is the first sled you've ever made, the quality is not too bad. Or, I'd rather you not keep emphasizing how this is all brand new to you. No, we're gonna go with the first one. That's what I thought too. I've been dying to do stuff like this for ages. That's why I read all those books, more than I can count. Phew. You ready to do this thing? Are there not any safety measures? Of course there are. First off, you've got your safety belt here. Tove tugs the strap fixed to the sled and secures it around us. Then you've got the backup safety belt. Tove takes my hand and firm fastens it around her waist. Me! Just hold on tight, and I'll do everything I can to make sure you're safe, okay? Just don't let go. I won't. Good answer. All right then. Off we go. Tove gives a push and the sled tilts over the top of the hill and begins to slide downward. Whoa. Ah. Ah. All I can think of is Foster's Home. Oh, that was too funny. Something doesn't feel right. Why aren't you stopping? I don't know. It just looked like a tiny slope from the top. But I don't see our landing spot anymore. And the sled... Ah! Ow, my butt. I bit my tongue. Sure. Hold up. Do you see that behind us? Looks like a snowstorm is brewing, and it's coming right for us. That's an avalanche. Ah, I've got to turn! Desperately attempting to outflee the encroaching avalanche, we become one with the sled and slide down the steep hill. Are you okay? I didn't lose you, did I? I'm alive, but barely. Well, that's good. We've got to get out of here. If we stay where we are, there might be a second avalanche. I can't move my leg. Don't worry. Tove releases the strap securing her to the sled. I'll pull you to safety, sled and all. The moment we get off the slope, another avalanche occurs. The entire slope is consumed in a mountain of snow. There's no way we can go back the way we came. Y'all finna die. Oh no. Nah, we're survivalists now. We got this. Uh-oh. What should we do? We're so screwed. Well then. No, we're gonna die. Calm down. We've still got our phones. Oh, right. I totally forgot. Thank goodness for modern technology. You can call from just about anywhere, so it's nearly impossible to get stranded. Tove takes out her phone and starts dialing. Oh no. Uh-oh. No signal. Let me check. I take out my own phone and check for reception. Tove? What is the alpha particle concentration here? I don't have any measuring instruments, so I'm not sure. But I doubt the alpha particles are the problem. Alpha particles tend to be scarce up north. Then again, in remote mountainous areas like this, there are times when the signal is unable to go through. Then we can't rely on contacting any outside help via phone. What about a flare? I gave mine to Neve. I thought about bringing one, but my luggage was too heavy as is. I figured if we needed to, we could just build a fire beacon. Then let's do that. Okay. Let's see, what can we use as a flint here? I'm not seeing anything. No worries. I can just use the spare battery and wires I've got in my bag. Where'd they go? Oh geez, we're so screwed. Come on, Tove, keep it together. You're a survival expert, remember? And her mind is frozen. You still have that much confidence in me? You're a really nice person. Just don't get discouraged and keep your head in the game. Where do they usually start on the shows that you've watched? Usually, they'll have the host pretend that they're stranded somewhere, and reaching a road, village, or some other place with traces of civilization is the goal. Actually, when you think about it, it's not too different from our current situation. Yes, very similar. So you see, we can make it out of here. I think you're right. We can think about it as us being two survival show TV hosts who have just parachuted out of a helicopter. Yes, that's it. It's hard to explain, but I feel somehow reinvigorated. I'm not exactly sure how, but I think we're gonna survive this. The important thing is strong mental resilience and perseverance. And food. One way to stay warm? Correct. That is a survival technique. And keeping ourselves properly fed. Let's go. I'll find something to get you fueled up. I'd be most grateful if you could. Time to do some deer hunting.
How far can you push me?
Okay, so we slid down, we're stranded, and we've got hardly any equipment. Yup. We're gonna die now.
Why do I know this?
Just really trying. It's like we've gotta.
Is it enough for fighting?
We've gotta huddle to stay warm. But no one's as good as huddling as Neve is. We're like a body pillow to Neve, actually. That's exactly what we are. And it's so funny how, like, you just can't get away. Once she's got you, that's it. You're literally in a bear hug.
If we want to see any polar bears, we should get a move on.
When you're out in the cold, food is key to survival. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Tove trudges through the snow towards the nearest tree. For example, this tree here is a species that only grows in extreme cold, but it's rich in nutrients and moisture, so... Tove produces a knife from her jacket pocket and starts stripping off some of the bark. It serves as a shelter for numerous small critters. Oh no. If we're lucky, we'll rustle up a squirrel or a bird. Okay. We could also turn up some beetles, ants, and other excellent sources of protein. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Beetles wouldn't be too bad. I might feel a little bad eating a squirrel or a bird. Nah, no. Ha! You don't have to pretend to be tough around me. Most people can't stand creepy crawlies. But if you just close your eyes and swallow, it really isn't that bad. Alright, let's see what this tree has in store for us. No, it's still bad. Tove continues to strip off the bark with her knife. Let's see. I think something's coming out now. Did you see that? Something just whizzed past us. Is it a worm? No way. A worm wouldn't be living that deep inside a tree. And besides, it wouldn't be that fast. Oh, what is this? It's a centipede. Oh my gosh, it's a centipede. Just look at all those legs. There's gotta be over 100 of them. Hold still. I'll try to smack it and catch it. Weren't we supposed to eat whatever came out? I'll go with the first one, because I don't want to eat a centipede either. No, don't. It could be dangerous. It could bite you and kill you. What? It's a centipede. Whack. I pick up a sturdy looking stick lying on the ground and give the centipede a good whack. Tove clings tightly to my body. Is it dead? Are you sure you got it? Yeah, I got it. Are you sure? It looks like it's still moving. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. Okay. Any chance you could come down now? You're kind of heavy. I like how she just like crawled up us. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. I was too busy thinking about that centipede. All I wanted was to get away from it and climb up to a safe place. Yeah, she literally. All jokes aside, Tove is ride or die to me. You mean survive or die. Turns out you were the closest thing available to climb. Sorry. Can we stay like this just a little longer, though? I'm still a bit uneasy. It's my first time seeing a centipede in person. Fine. A moment later. I wasn't myself back there. I don't usually get startled like that. I didn't realize we'd be up against such a formidable foe like a centipede. You seem to have pulled yourself together admirably. Yes, well, I got startled, but I guess it wasn't that bad. You don't have to worry about me too much. In a way, though, there's a silver lining to all of this. Amidst all the chaos, I did manage to scrounge up a decent energy source. Tove pulls out something from her pocket, which wriggles in her hand. It's Wriggle. This is the juvenile northern longhorn moth. Okay. As you can see, it's nice and plump and delicious, I mean. Like most insects, this little fella is packed full of protein. Well, bon appetit? Tove motions to shove the wriggling larva into her mouth, but stops short. Something wrong? I was just thinking, since it's a delicacy and all, it's only fair you get to try it first. I knew she was gonna do that. After all, I'm a NIKKE and you're a human. You need the nutrients way more than I do. Just admit it, you don't want to eat it. Okay, give it here. No, I'm going with the first one. That's not true. Not one bit. I'm doing it out of pure generosity, honestly. Tove pinches the larva between two fingers and plops it into my hand. Chew it, swallow it whole. Yeah, if I had to choose, it's just gonna... Yeah. How did it taste? I don't know. I didn't try to taste it. Surprisingly tasty. Kinda nutty. What? It burst when I bit down. Kinda nasty. Yeah, see? Yep. Wow, really? Tove, you've got to eat one too. Look, I'm sorry that I tried to trick you into eating them all. My bad. I know how desperate our situation is. It's just that I thought I'd be mentally prepared after watching all those videos and reading all those books. I figured I'd be able to close my eyes and pop these down the hatch. But now that they're here in front of me, I don't think I can do it. Wait, what? That's what they say.
I'm looking forward to it.
Wait, what's going on, Drake? I hear that a lot on Naked and Afraid.
Reload.
Wait, is that a survival show? That is one, right? LaPlante Jr. It's funny.
You survived yet again.
She
That's
does
something worth
look
celebrating.
like she could be like a sister to LaPlante. It's already getting dark. I can feel the temperature dropping by the second. We haven't found any proper food sources yet, and we don't have a fire either. First things first, I think we should hide from the wind. I was thinking the same. Is there anywhere we can use as a shelter? Yeesh, there's really nothing. We're in the middle of a field. However, where there's a will, there's a way. We can dig a makeshift cave in the snow, like how when polar bears hibernate. This sounds like a job for Neve. The only problem is that we don't have anything to use as a shovel. Tove takes out her gun and turns on the safety. This should do the trick. So long as it doesn't accidentally fire. Anything I can do to help? Could you maybe find a decent stick and help me dig? Crunch, crunch, crunch. I trudge across the snow and pick out a stick that seems fairly sturdy. That should do it. Let's find a good place to dig. This may sound obvious, but it'd be better if we could dig into a slope rather than flat ground. Let me check which direction the wind is blowing. This spot seems ideal. I don't think we'll get as much wind here. Yeah! Tove starts using her gun to dig. Dig using the stick. Survivalist. I'll dig a hollow where we can both lie down. Can you dig an opening below that? Think of it as the lower part of a bunk bed. I read this in an old book once. Apparently, when you dig out a lower part as well, the cool air goes down and causes the warmer air to circulate upwards. Huh, that does make sense. Sure thing. Just as the wind starts to pick up, we finish digging a hollow just big enough for the both of us to lie down and sleep. We finally did it! Let's huddle in here and get away from this darn wind. A rescue team or some errant raptures might come by, so I'll stay up and keep watch. For the sake of your health, you should get some sleep. Wouldn't it be better if we take turns? No. I'll do it. I've got to live up to my role as a proud member of Unlimited. Exploring the unfamiliar and rescuing those stranded is my job. That's what I'm meant to do. Yes, I may have shown you a side of me that I'm not proud of, but I still believe my determination is second to none. So trust me when I say you can depend on me now. Besides, I feel better knowing that I'm doing something. If you say so, then okay. Rest well. If you're cold, you can scoot closer to me. Okay. I pat Tove on the shoulder as she flashes an amorous wink. You're watching it right
Think
now?
we should scrounge around for what polar bears eat?
Are they also stranded in a snowy plain? Yes. It's funny because I've, like I said, I've heard of it, but
All gone.
I've never actually watched it.
Is it enough for fighting?
Oosh. It's nice to be out of there. I thought we were going to be buried alive under all that snow. Anyway, what a lovely morning. Achoo. You okay, survivalist? It's freezing out here. What? Don't tell me that you've got hypothermia. I stuck close to you all night so that I could share my body temperature. And thanks to you, I'm at least not sicker than I apparently already am. Apparently, that wasn't enough. No. Wait just a moment. Let me give you a once-over. Tove places her hand on my forehead to check my temperature. Phew, that's a relief. All you've got is a small cold. Don't scare me like that. I was really thinking the worst. I thought for sure that you had hypothermia. We better act quick, or otherwise that is going to be the case. Point taken. If we can find a cave or building where we can at least warm up, then we'd be able to continue moving after you recover. What the? What's wrong? Can't you see? Over there, it's faint, but there's a light on the mountain. If it's bright enough to notice even in the daytime, it might be a street light in front of a building. A working street light in this day and age? A building in a remote area like this? No, the first one, definitely. You see some every once in a while. Sure, the prospect of providing electricity all the way up here is tough, but you can just set up some solar panels. Not only that, but unless I'm mistaken, that's the location we were told about during our mission briefing. Wait, no, it couldn't be. Could the NIKKEs we're looking for be in there? That is certainly a distinct possibility. No way! Things are suddenly looking up. We should be able to reach there in half a day. We can check if there are any survivors staying there. And we can warm you up while we're at it. True. We should get a move on while I still have the energy. Dying. It sounds like you're getting worse. What's that people always say in moments like these? No matter how tired you feel, don't close your eyes. I'm not dead just yet. It's fine. I'm fine. It's just a cold. Yeah, I'm not dead just yet. You say that, but you don't look so good. Tove walks in front of me and sits down. Here, let me carry you. We've got a fair distance to cover until we get to that building. If you hang on to my back, I'll be able to warm you up somewhat. Without rebuffing her any further, I get on Tove's back. Sorry. It's okay. I relied on you I relied on you way more than I would have liked, so now it's my turn to step up. I know I talk a big game, but I promise to keep you alive, and I intend to keep that promise. So don't you give up on me. The most important thing when it comes to survival is never giving up. Never give up, never surrender. You hear me? I hear you. Ride it, Commander. Literally, that's what we're doing. It must definitely be warm though. I can't get over the tea bag. Oh. It's true. But since she can adjust her temperature at will. Crunch, crunch. Once we pass this hill, we should reach the place where we saw that streetlight. There's a high chance we'll run into those missing NIKKEs. They'll be the first people that I've ever rescued. But before we head out with our survivors in tow, I'll have to ask them for some heat packs or warm water. Something to get you warmed up. Phew, here we are. Plop. Tove, exhausted from the climb, slumps down in the snow. I think we're in the right place though. There, you can see the sign on that building. Mountain Rescue Base. I think that's where the survivors could be camping out. I see. How come your voice is so weak? Let's hurry and get inside to warm you up. A moment later, Mountain Rescue Base. Is anyone here? I'm Toe from the Unlimited Squad. We came looking for a missing NIKKE squad. Could anyone help us? No signs of life. You're right about that. Maybe they're all taking a nap. Let's take a look further inside. Carrying me on her back, Tove takes a few more steps. Is that a radio? Ah! I think I know what this is. This must be the radio that sent the distress signal. That would mean the owners of this radio have to be around here somewhere. Tove inches closer to the door where the sound is coming from. Should we open it? This also could be a trap. Do it. Oh my gosh. From the small gap of the open door, I can make out a NIKKE that has suffered severe damage to her core, and another two with similar injuries. To the side, there are 3 round-shaped mechanical devices, inside of which appears to be encased something fragile. I think these are the ones we were looking for. They're in pretty rough shape. I approached the heavily damaged NIKKEs to assess their condition. They're still breathing. Yes, but given the extent of this damage, they won't be alive for long unless we do something. What do we need to do? Given their current state, their bodies will soon be unable to supply oxygen to the brain. Before that happens, we need to remove their brains and place them in a protective device. Something we call a brain shelter. Beep, beep, beep. I turn around to see where the beeping sound is coming from. There is a red light flashing on each of the neatly arranged mechanical devices. Which is exactly what those are. However, it looks like their battery level is awfully low. On top of that, they each already have a brain inside of them. That tells me that whoever these brains originally belonged to are in dire shape. Aw, man. What do we do? Just calm down. You're the only expert in the situation. You're the only one they can rely on right now. Yes. I know that, but I'm not skilled enough to perform emergency treatment on someone who's suffered such extensive damage. All I have is basic survival knowledge. The only thing I can do for them is gather whatever materials I can find nearby and create some kind of distress signal. Then the rest of Unlimited will come and do what's necessary. Wait a sec. Apparently there is something that you can do for them. I guess so. Hold on just a minute. I'm a survival expert. I'm a survival expert, dang it. I will save these people. Okay, let's go. It's sink or swim. Whether it's a beacon fire or something else, we've got to get it burning nice and bright so that everyone here can be rescued in time. You got Red Hood to 10-10-10 now? Nice. Yeah. When she's maxed out, it's just unfair to the enemies. It's like all that piercing damage and everything. Oh, they got to do their specials. Polar bear power.
What am I doing here?
I love that so much. I don't know why. It's just the way she says it. The sheer vastness of Glitter Mountain is mind-boggling. If we want anyone to see our signal, we'll have to make the fire as big as possible, with a whole lot of smoke. The best type of wood for that would be pine. The resin is highly flammable, and it has a tendency to burn exceedingly well. Fortunately, there are plenty of pine trees around here, so we'll be able to secure what we need quickly enough. A moment later, Tove hauls in several pine trees that she has cut down. Check it out! I cut down the biggest, sturdiest looking trees I could find. As Tove drops down the felled pine trees, a plump caterpillar lands atop Tove's arm. Get off! Wait a second. No. On second thought, don't. All bugs are good sources of protein. I can handle this. Disgusting. Next, we need a shield of some kind to protect the fire beacon from the wind and snow. By the same token, we don't want to diminish the visibility of our fire. So we'll need to use material that's both transparent and heat resistant. Tove heads into the mountain rescue base. A moment later, she returns with some torn off sheets of plastic and a bundle of wires. What are you going to do with that? You'll see. If we take the plastic sheets like so, and secure them on top of the wood using this wire... What the heck? Why isn't it securing in place? Give it here, I'll try. No. I can't have you doing this when you're sick. I'll figure it out. Ta-da! The shield is now complete. It may not be much to look at, but as long as it does its job, then it doesn't matter. All that's left to do is come up with something that will make our distress signal really pop. Tove heads back inside the building and returns with 3 old firearms. Where'd you get those? Oh, these aren't mine. They're from the other NIKKEs. They're all busted, so they can't be fired. I'm only using them for the gunpowder that's inside. Tove removes the magazines from each of the weapons. then shakes out all the bullets. Wait. Wait a minute. I hope she's emptying out the actual gunpowder inside those bullets, not just pouring the bullets in there. I had what I think may have been a stroke of genius. Okay, yes. I'm gonna use the gunpowder that's inside these bullets to amplify such. Phew. Okay. I'm like, that's not gonna end well. I understand there's inherently a bit of risk in doing that. Well, it should create a mini explosion that will shoot up at least a few meters high. Tove starts to dismantle the bullets with a portable tool. What? Bang, bang. Clink. This isn't exactly going as planned. I've got to be careful with them, so I can't brute force open them. Neon would have did it? Yes, she would have. Should I do it? No. You and those other NIKKEs are depending on me. It's time for me to step up to the plate. I've got to do this on my own, even if it's hard. Clink. Yahoo! It worked! Did you see that? I give Tove a reassuring pat on the shoulder. I would love to see the interactions between Tove and Laplace. A moment later, Tove holds the unignited fuses in each hand and stands against the raging wind. Do you see that frame over there? That's the one that's about to collapse? I'm willing to bet that used to be an observation tower. That's why it's so tall. I'm gonna scurry up there and ignite these two fuses. Hopefully, then the rest of Unlimited will be able to see our signal, regardless of wherever they are on Glitter Mountain. Are you sure you'll be okay doing this alone? Survivalist, please. You've asked me that 1,000,000 times already. You don't even have any flint. How do you plan on igniting it? I won't need any flint, because I've got this. Whoosh. Tove pulls out an old lighter from her pocket. I found it in one of the garbage cans inside the rescue base. It may not exactly count as a primitive tool, but improvisation, there we go, is an integral part of survival. Then I guess preparations are complete. My thoughts exactly. Let's do this. Tove begins to clamber up the old lookout tower. Sometime later, Tove stands atop the viewing platform, the biting winds beating against her. After releasing the fuses strapped to her back, she carefully holds the cloth wrapped around the top and prepares to ignite it. Click, click, click. She attempts to strike a spark using the lighter, but the sheer force of wind is making it difficult. She drops to her knees, places one of the fuses down, and then uses one hand to block the wind, resulting in her successfully igniting one of the fuses. Yikes! Yo! Oh, wait a minute. They have to give us this. This looks amazing! The instant the flame makes contact with the gunpowder, an incendiary projectile launches skyward. Having nearly singed her eyebrows with the first fuse, Tove keeps her arms carefully outstretched and away from her body when lighting the second fuse. Yo! Another fireball furls up into the air as big as Titan. As big as Titan, that's what that says. The flames first consume the cloth wrapped around the tip, then start consuming the stick itself, melting the hide wrapped around it. Ow! Hot! Hot! If she drops it now, will it be too soon? Her hand has clearly been burned along with her wrist, and now the melting flare has trickled past her elbow and onto the rest of her arm. Oh jeez, yo, look at her. This is crazy. Like, they need to give us this live 2D or like this, you know, this wallpaper. The searing pain is beyond what can be curbed by her temperature sensor. Whew. The heat is too much to handle. Tove is screaming with pain. Any reasonable person would have dropped the flare long ago. But no, I can't. I said that I would protect them. I promised. I can't come this far just to give up. I love this. Tove holds her left arm high up, the rising flames now ravaging her own arm. She starts waving her arm slowly, creating a beacon of fire that can be seen from afar. And the fire begins to spread to her right arm. It's okay. I can do it. I can withstand this. Amidst the raging northern snow and wind, the light burns bright, announcing to all who see it that the flickering flames of lives there are about to be snuffed out. Queen, look over there. What a beautiful flame, and so bright. That flame is coming from... Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I believe so. Find us the shortest route possible. Proceed at max speed. They're calling for our aid, and it's our duty to respond in kind and with the utmost haste. Yo, that was awesome. Like, ride or die, like you said, survive or die. They need, you know what they need? They need to create a shirt with that on it. Survive or die. With that picture of her with the flame. I'm pretty sure that would sell. Nope, those raptures didn't survive.
Is it enough for fighting?
Uh-oh. It did attract raptures, though. Off in the distance, a snowstorm can be seen gathering. Tove, we're in trouble. Survivalist! Can you hear me? You need to take cover. A snowstorm is heading straight for us. Okay, it's just a snowstorm, not raptures. Oh, maybe it is. That's no snowstorm. We did it! They've come for us! What? Amongst the wall of white that I thought was an encroaching snowstorm, several NIKKEs can suddenly be seen sliding down the slope, as if they were skiing. Oh, that's cool. I wish they would have like shown that too. The rescuers Tove had desperately called for have finally come for us. Unlimited. What a warm welcome. I'd say that made sliding down the slope without any equipment worth it. I guess, but it was still a long way down. If I had tied a rope to my body and rappelled down, it would have been faster. Or we could have used a rabbit hole and warped down. You all came. You actually came. Tove descends from the lookout and embraces Ludmila. You performed admirably, Tove. Thank you for calling this place to our attention. But what happened to your arms? Oh, this? Nothing major. I was holding signal flares I'd made and got a bit carried away. That stings. You were reckless. Your arms are torched. I'm sorry. I was just so desperate, and this was the only thing I could think of. But it worked, didn't it? So I have no regrets. This way, more lives will be saved. Least of all the survivalists. For me, that makes it all worthwhile. Well then, it's up to us to ensure your sacrifice wasn't made in vain. Let's head inside. We've got no time to waste. A moment later, inside the mountain rescue base. 3 critically injured, 3 with only their brains preserved. Alice. Yes. Inspect the damaged Nikkes. I mean, check on the princesses who are sleeping. The wounds inflicted by the Queen of Hearts will be deep, so we must ensure we take all necessary precautions before transporting them to the castle. Yes, Queen. And Neve. Yes? The brain shelter seems to be low on power. Switch to backup power and prepare to transport it back to base. Ah, roger that. What about me? You should take care of those injuries you sustained. Our rescue effort has only just begun. What do you mean? First off, we will file a request with the Big 3 for new bodies. Each and every one of these Nikkes will be requiring new replacements. We can't afford to dilly-dally in getting these ladies back to the Ark. The problem, however, is what comes after we get them back. You, of all people, know what kind of place the Ark is. A concrete jungle where humanity is lost in the pursuit of ever greater efficiency. None of the Big 3 will want to bother with replacing the bodies of mass-produced Nikkes. But that doesn't mean we should throw up our hands and give up hope. Many Nikkes, ourselves included, have ventured out into these extreme conditions, all in the name of ensuring humanity can live on. We can't let these Nikkes die a meaningless death out here without a chance to live on themselves. That's why we're exhausting every last option at our disposal. For those with severe injuries, we will transport spare parts from the same model. In this situation, the only viable transplants would be arms and legs. Appendages are fairly disconnected from the central nervous system. Even then, their body may reject the new parts. They may feel as if a foreign object has been stuck into their body, and this could result in a mental breakdown. However, if it means that there is a chance that they will survive, no matter how small, we have to try. Sounds like there'll be a tough journey ahead. It will. But if we were to give up now, we would be doing a disservice to the sacrifices these Nikkes have made for us. Ludmila stares at the rescue operation site. There were 6 members in the squad in total. Now we have 3 grievously injured Nikkes and 3 with their brains inside the brain shelter. That tells me that each one of them took care of their comrades as they fell one by one. They held on until their own body broke down, and they struggled all the way into this building. Still, seeing all that they've managed to achieve, witnessing their noble struggle to remain alive, their desperate struggle for survival, it's overwhelming. A feeling that you can't put into words. What do you think, Tove? Do you think you're cut out for this business? The end. Actually, they literally did that. And then the end. Okay, so we went through the entirety of the normal story. 4 days left to unlock the hard mode and the epilogue. That goes too quickly. I know it says so 11:29. Let's check out the missions. Oh, we do get that. Look. Ooh. A lone survivor. All right. And there it is. Yes, we're putting that up. Wait. No. I'll just confirm it for now. Next event is the Zoo Folk again. Really? Everyone on her team is stacked except for her. Gotcha, Trey. Wait, no. Yeah, she looked pretty stacked herself, to be honest. That's where all the warmth is stored. But let's put together our team.
If you want, I will join you, your friend.
See, when I click auto, this is officially like the strongest team right now that that the game says that I have. Which is basically true. So let's just do that. Oh, you mean Ludmila? Yeah. Now I can see that. Oh, this thing is just dead. I don't even have to help. They can just do whatever. I forgot. It's the challenge mode for the event. It's not actual Gravedigger.
Sorry to break it to you, but this is the end. Let's keep the momentum going.
This is like Gravedigger Light. Dead.
After all that, I deserve a compliment.
She's a queen, no queen of flatness. That's not true. Ludmila's she's doing good. Alright, going to the shop. You know I always go for these first. As much as I can. Oh, those are important. We need those. I love the fact that she's like just shivering right there in the cave. It's too funny. A lone survivor. Oh, actually, wait, what's going on? Oh, I forgot. I had more of those, so let me do that real quick.
You survived yet again. That's something worth celebrating.
No, see, that's not true. Ludmila, she's doing just fine. Alright, let's switch out that, hold on, let's go to lobby. Let's see how it looks out here. Let's see, which one are we switching out? Alright, I'll show you what I have up now. I did a little switching, so we have that one, you know, Red Hood and Snow White.
I can't breathe. Could you turn that down?
What was that I just heard?
It's just too funny.
Surely it couldn't be someone interrupting this fine song I'm listening to.
It's like Big Sis and Little Sis.
Well, what do you think? It's positively effervescent, right?
Then we've got the Bunny Sisters.
I really, really like you.
Then we've got, you know, we've got Marion here. Just too cute.
Sorry to break it to you, but this is the end.
Red Hood doing her special. And then Freeze. ACPU. I wish this one was voiced. I really do. I'm hoping they'll go back and change the ones that aren't voiced, that do have dialogue, so that they are. I freaking love this 8-bit song. It's so good. So, in all honesty, I think we're gonna get rid of this one.
But this is the end.
Just because we got Red Hood on the other one too. Ah, see? It's not voice. Oh, it'd be so good to hear her. Like, I said that I would protect them. I promised. I can't come this far just to give up. It's so awesome looking. They all need to be voiced? Yes. Wait, what? That tone in my voice sound like you try to convince yourself? No. You broke them like Rappy? Till this day, I don't know why. Like, my Rappy seemed to be just broken. Like, from day one. I'm curious about that. Hold on. Let me see something. Let's see.
Commander, I'll protect you.
Okay, yeah, no, see?
No matter what you think of us, we'll always be by your side.
Yeah, she's fixed now. That's good. Oh, it wasn't just me? They said, oh, okay, I was about to say. Because I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. Alright. So that was pretty much everything that we could do right now during the event. Still funny every time. But wait, what? You did something that Rappy made her disgusted with you? But yes, it's like that was the entirety of the normal mode. Of course, we'll do hard mode once it comes out too, and the epilogue. But yeah, that's gonna do it. It's like for now, everyone. It's like that was a lone survivor, and it was a really nice event. And we got to see Tove and all her survivalist skills, and we gained a new nickname. But yes, so like I said, she's really good for boosting a shotgun team as well too, for anyone who wanted to roll for her. If you're wondering, no, I'm not actually going to roll for her, simply because she's not limited. But that's pretty much the only reason why I'm not rolling for her, because she's not limited. Other than that, it's like, yeah, it's like I would. It's like I love her design, her personality. It's like, and like I said, you can put her together with a shotgun team too. Super niche and not limited? Yes, exactly. Biscuit's face was too funny. Got you over here feeling bad about your summer... Wait, about your what? Summer rupee pull? Wait, what? You mean Christmas rupee? People are mad. The 5%. Is that 9, 10? It's funny because when I looked at that too, I was just like, 5%? But the thing, you know what? Their logic behind it is probably, oh, well, they're shooting so much that it's gonna like activate regardless. It's like, I understand that, but I would still like to be a little bit higher than 5%. It's like maybe like 10%, especially at level 10. So this is true. One of the season rupees, Christmas rupee, but never use her. And that's what I was saying before. I'm wondering if they're going to do a rerun of Christmas Ann and Christmas Rupee. I didn't roll for either of them. It's like, how to explain it? It's hard fitting some of them in as well. That's another thing. At the time, I didn't really have as many gems and everything too, because that was one of the first events that happened. It's like, but yeah, it's like my current team. It would be hard fitting them into it. Miracle Ann is a menace for PvP. See, I don't have her, so I have no idea. I can show you my PvP teams if you like. They're not really all that special, to be honest, though. It's like, hold on. It's like, this has been like a lone survivor plus. Let me show you guys real quick.
Bonjour! Welcome to Larina, the finest entertainment
These are my
the Ark
teams.
has to offer.
I've been experimenting as well too. But there's this one here. I'll pause so you can get a look at it real quick. This is my other one. There's this one here, which is pretty much just like my one of my main teams that I just use throughout the game period. Then there's this one here. If you're noticing a pattern, yes, it's because Rapunzel is in all of them. I think she is. Oh no, except for this one. But I changed a few things around as well too. Like I said, I was experimenting with different things. But those are pretty much my teams. Give Rapunzel. Rapunzel is literally a godsend. Alright. No, I can't. I said that I would protect them. I'm Nova. I have all the pilgrims. Really, Rickle? It's funny, and like I said, one of my last ones to get was actually Scarlet. While everyone else had Scarlet. I'm just like, nope, I don't have her. My very first pilgrim was Rapunzel, actually. Yeah, actually. Even before Modernia came out, they gave me Rapunzel in the beginning. So it's like, yeah, I did get lucky there with that. That's all they want to give you? Your first pilgrim was Noah. I needed Noah for the longest time until I actually got her, because I couldn't do the, actually, yeah, I could do the Pilgrim Tower, but it was struggling a bit. Because I didn't have a pilgrim. At the time, she was the only pilgrim that was a 2. And I didn't have her. So I just had to kind of work with what I had. Your first pilgrim was Haran and Isabel? Okay. Haran was actually really good in everything back then too when she first came. I mean, she's still good. But I just mean for like the fewer number of Nikkes that were out. And Pilgrims, period. You did Pilgrim Tower with 2 units until level 100. Get out of here. No, yeah, it's true. What I meant was, no, you can definitely do it up to a point. I just meant like getting them to like full burst, like a full team. You couldn't really activate all of their abilities until you had a full team. And the right ones. Because it doesn't help when you have nothing but like 3s. You don't need a burst. In a way, that's kind of true. They're pilgrims. They do what they want. Just star at them? Yeah. But, alright everyone. We did all of Lone Survivor for now. We'll wait for that hard mode to come out, and then we'll do the epilogue as well too. And of course, I'm constantly working on them so we can do the next chapter as well. So look forward to all of that. Hope you guys enjoyed, and until next stream, Nova out. Night, everyone.